everyone, and welcome to this episode of Get Real with Real Estate. As you guys know, I am Melissa Steele, real estate agent extraordinaire. Hello. And I'm discussing with you today, what's an AVID? I get asked this question a lot from both sellers and buyers because both sides of a transaction have one. And an AVID, I'm excited to kind of go over it with you and share with you what it is. It's an agent visual inspection disclosure. So that's what the AVID stands for. It's an agent visual inspection disclosure. So what an AVID really is I'm going to explain it to you. On the listing side, the listing agent goes into the listing and they visually assess and take note of everything that they can see within the home that might need repair or that has some kind of like marking. For example, on this particular one, this is John's AVID for one of our listings, and where it states living room, he notated scuff marks on the wall, worn spots in the hardwood floor, small holes in the wall, trim removed or from removed fixture. So he kind of goes into each room of the house, assesses the room, and then notates anything that's out of the ordinary or that is not as we would be expecting. So, for example, like broken windows would be something really great to put on an AVID. If there's markings on the floor, scuff marks on the wall, lots of holes from maybe a TV mount or something like that in the wall. Anything that's of any importance or anything that we feel like we should notate, we mark on the agent visual inspection disclosure, the AVID for short. And then on the buyer side, the buyer's agent will go to the same exact property and they will look around and visually assess the condition of the property and notate anything that catches their eye as well. So they may notice the same things that we did, or they might notate that some of the flooring needs a little bit of repair, or maybe they notice that there's a crack in the ceiling that we didn't notice. The AVID is not your home inspection. Sometimes I get emails from clients, we'll send these over for signatures after we do our agent visual inspection, and we'll have walked through the home, we'll have notated a couple different things, and then the client will get this in their inbox, they'll open it up, and I'll get a text message that reads something like, I just got the home inspection, it's like the world's worst home inspection ever. He called out nothing. And I'm like, are you referencing the AVID? Because I didn't get a home inspection yet. And they'll be like, oh yes, it says at the top, it's an agent visual inspection disclosure. Yes, this is not your home inspection. This is simply the agents going into the home and notating the things that they are seeing about the property. I personally feel like this form is a little bit antiquated. I feel like it does not it's not a replacement for a home inspection. I highly advise that all of my buyer clients get a home inspection. But really it's really an insurance that the agent has been to the property. It's kind of, by real estate law, if you read the first line of this statement, or this disclosure, it reads, California law requires, with limited exceptions, that a real estate broker or salesperson conduct a reasonably competent and diligent visual inspection of reasonably and normally accessible areas of certain properties offered for sale, blah, blah, blah. And the reason being, I believe that this is like the real estate board's assurance that you, as the listing agent or the buyer's agent, excuse me, I have a little scratch, have physically been to the property and aren't just guiding their clients through the transaction blind. I agree with that for sure. I think it's very important. Oh, I have like a tickle. Sorry, I'm like crying. I think it's very important that us as agents are representing our clients in the best way. And for some agents, that means, filling out the AVID and making sure that they've actually been to the property. But I do think that the form itself, the disclosure, is a little bit redundant. You would hopefully be noticing these things yourself as a buyer, or really hiring a proficient home inspector that would notice many more things than we would in our visual inspection of the home. But to just give you guys a little bit more of an example on what this really looks like and reads, I'm just going to kind of guide you through our AVID here for our listing. So the entry, John notated some scuff marks on the walls. I already read the living room notes to you guys. The dining room said scuff marks on the walls, marks on door, a chip in the flooring. The hallway says scuff marks on some of the walls. Bedroom 1 reads carpet's dirty in some areas. The carpet is stretched and loose in some areas. There's small holes in the wall from removing fixtures. Paint is chipped in the corner and between windows. Scuff marks on walls. So you can see very general, very visual assessments that we then notate on this agent visual inspection disclosure, and we send it out for signatures. So hope that helps to offer some clarity around what is an AVID. I know there's so much paperwork as you navigate your real estate transaction, but if you have any questions or need an explanation or would like us to walk you through any of the documents that are coming up in your transaction, don't hesitate to reach out. We would always love to chat with you about them and really help to make sure that you're understanding every aspect of your real estate transaction, down to even the littlest bits of paperwork. I don't think anything is worth discounting or taking for granted in an investment as large as a home purchase or home sale. You are worthy of knowing everything that's going on and what you're signing as you work your way through DocuSign. So hope this was helpful for you guys. Have an amazing rest of your week. We'll talk to you soon.